Homemade items, fresh, organic. You cannot find any of those in Walmart. Today, I'm with a power mom and son duo. They make some organic, good vegetable here. So tell me your story.
Well, thanks for the interview. I am a geologist by training, and I worked in that field for 30 years. And during the pandemic, I decided to take my gardening a step beyond. So I started farming, and I farm about an acre in Mill Creek, Utah. And we use all organic practices and products, and we're in the process of being certified organic. And we sell at Wheeler Farmers Market, and we sell to chefs and restaurants. And that's what we're doing now for 4 years.
4 years. This is a fascinating story. You're a geologist by profession, turned gardener. How did that happen?
That's a good question. I did 30 years traveling all over.
Come check out
Working. Yeah, come on in. We're organic. You know what happened during the pandemic when you go into the grocery store and there was nothing in the produce section. So I got panicked and I spoke to all my friends, and I started about 2,000 plants that year, and I handed them out to all my friends and started gardens with them, carried compost to their homes, helped them set up irrigation. And my son and I started growing hot peppers because he had a passion for them. And they're so beautiful. They're every color, every flavor. Peppers are pretty fascinating. So we just started growing more and selling them at the farmer's market. So started small in a backyard and grew to an acre.
Wow. I know a lot of people, especially now, they want to know where the vegetable is coming from. They don't want to, they want it to be homemade, hometown. And I think this is a good idea. Another thing I think people struggle with is a lot of people live in an apartment, condos. Sometimes they have a house, but they don't have a backyard to farm.
Right. Yeah.
How do you reach out to those people and to teach them? Because I know there's vertical gardening, whatever you call it.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So one of the things that growing those plants for my friends did was I started a plant sale. So I've been doing that for 5 years. And we have lots of tomatoes and peppers and squash and things that will grow well in pots. And we sell those to or share them with people who are growing on patios and in small areas. And we teach them how to use shade cloth, and we teach them how to use different amendments like fish fertilizer and different amendments to help grow their plants better in a small space. And we actually don't own the land we are growing on. So this is not a big money maker.
You want to check it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we're just renting the space. So we encourage everybody to grow your own food. We're doing 110 varieties of peppers, 60 varieties of tomatoes. We do beans and squash, okra, garlic, onions, a lot of different produce.
But how did you learn those stuff? Because I know some people say each vegetable, each fruit have its own way of growing. Sometimes it could be the second year you get something. But how did you learn all this stuff?
This is true. I do a lot of research. So I've read a lot of books. So I've always been into soil and rocks. That's my study. So geology, I studied earth and soil was my passion. So I look at the microbiology in the soil, the texture of the soil, the different soil texture and makeup. And then you plant things in the sunlight that they can handle or that they need. And yeah, every plant, each pepper is slightly different and does require some research. So you're right. When I started okra, I had to do a lot of research first because I had not grown that. But my grandmother was really big into gardening and composting. And I wrote my thesis in college on controlled microbial composting. So it's always been a passion of mine to grow food, and not so much flowers, but food.
Yeah, I think
You can share food. You can share flowers too, but you can eat food.
Flour is the great.
We all eat.
We all eat, right?
Yeah.
Especially with this inflation.
Yes.
You cannot, because if food price is out of control.
Yeah, and every one of these pieces of fruit, the peppers, the tomatoes, I can't, get it out of an oil, but they're all like a seed pack. You can take these home, dry your seeds and save them and grow them next year. So I had a grant this year where I shared the seeds and the pepper plants from the motherland of peppers, which is Peru, Bolivia, and the Yucatan, with people from that part of the world. So I grew the plants, I shared them with the people, and in another couple weeks, I'll be giving them all grow kits with lights, heat mat, pots, soil, and trays, so that they can start growing peppers from their homeland that they've been disconnected from. So it's a passion of mine to reconnect people with food, is culture, is humanity.
When you say their homeland, do you mean like other country or hometown?
Oh,
like the motherland, like this, the soil itself.
No, that's a good question. It's like they've figured out where peppers come from, and corn, and tomatoes, and it's actually in Peru, Bolivia, and the Yucatan. So that part of the world is where they first started growing, and then the Portuguese came and the Spanish came and they took them.
Okay, so they lost that knowledge, and the people lost that traditional knowledge. You're trying to provide. It's like a non-profit
because
kind of,
they've
right?
come here and they've had to leave so much behind. And part of that is their culture and their families and their foods, and they can't find them here. So a lot of the peppers that I grow are rare from around the world, and I'm actually stewarding 13 different peppers from Peru, Bolivia, and the Yucatan, where I save the seed each year and I grow them, and they're doing better each year here in Utah in our climate. And they're the ones that I shared back with the people who they were excited to say, or ground. I also did ground cherries and tomatillos. And they were excited to have that again because they can make the foods that they grew up with or that they miss or that their parents or grandparents grew.
Okay.
They now have the peppers, the ingredients again that they've lost.
Why do you focus on pepper? Because I know some people focus on potatoes, all different type of potatoes.
Yeah, I know potatoes are fascinating too.
Why pepper? Do you have any?
Oh, they're beautiful. I mean, just look at them. They're like Christmas ornaments. They're just so many different colors and textures. And I mean, this is chocolate. Chocolate. They have different smokiness. They have different fruity sweetness. They're all different. And there's thousands of varieties of peppers. And I find them fascinating. But my kids used to have like hot pepper eating contests.
Oh. Those kids.
Doesn't every kid do that? Yeah. They go through that phase. Anyway, so we started growing a lot of really cool hot peppers, and it just grew from there. I love them. And tomatoes.
And you say you have 1 acre of land in Salt Lake City. How do you?
I wish it were mine. It's not. I'm renting it. Yeah, I'm leasing it.
There's nothing wrong with that?
No, it's the only way to do it. So that's the problem with most farmers in the urban environment and even farmers around the world. The average age of a farmer right now is 55. We're losing our farmers. We're losing our farmland to development and to aging out and having to sell to, have something to give to all their children when they pass, like you divide up your land and you sell it and those kids sell it to developers. Not as many people want to farm. So in order to find young farmers, I'm not young, but I'm a farmer and I'm new and I'm urban. You need to find places to grow. So either land to buy, land to lease. And then the problem with leasing is that you don't have control over what happened before, and you don't have control over, you've invested thousands in compost and irrigation lines, and then they say you need to go. Finding some long-term solutions for farmers is difficult. So I'm working with the legislature. I don't do a lot myself, but I work with the Red Acre Center, who spends the entire legislative session in Utah up at the Capitol talking about issues that small farmers face in the state.
Yeah, I think COVID and with the food prices taught us something that each community needs to have the homegrown food, because I don't know how long can that continuing to go. The price of food is out of control, and I
You're
think
exactly right.
of people realizing it now.
Yeah, and the whole food distribution network is broken. Or if it breaks again, the way that it did during COVID, and we lost track of how to get fresh food to ourselves, we need to have lots of local small growers. You know, like people used to grow their own food in their own backyards. My house was built in 1917, and when that house was first built, it came with a peach tree, an apple tree, a whole bunch of food in the yard. And then we cut them all down and started putting lawns in. Like, what is that?
Well, they call it suburban, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the future?
That's a good question. I want to keep working toward legislative solutions for people. I want to help people save their farmland. I don't know how. I mean, if it involves getting grants or protection for farmland, I think that's really important because it's also an issue of national security. If we lose the land and healthy soil to grow our food, we lose what we need to survive. And then we're relying on other countries to ship it to us. And that's not good, right? I mean, we need a strong backbone of farmers and good soil in our country. So that's what I'm going to keep working towards. So I'm a scientist, so I'm using that to help me with soil rebuilding. So in the future, I'd like to help other people fix their soils, basically, to correct what might be wrong. That's what I did for 30 years as a geologist. I was an environmental geologist, and we did soil, groundwater, and soil gas remediation. So I want to help people fix, clean up, and reuse and keep it as food growing. Made it.
How can people find you? You have a website, a Facebook page?
I don't have a website. I'm just on Instagram.
What's your Instagram name?
Urban Pepper Project. I don't know if you can see that, but
Project.
yes.
Man, this is fascinating.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
really
you for
good to
chatting with
meet
me,
you.
and good luck with the adventure.
Yes, it is an adventure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's your fun.